Hello, everybody, and welcome In the Box. I'm Chris Bradford, Penguins beat writer here at DKPittsburghSports.com, and I am joined by the great Matt Sunday, our great photographer here. Matt, welcome to In the Box.
Hey.
That's all you got?
That's it, man. I'm out. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming. We appreciate it. That'll be around.
They scored right on the power play. I was in the box 3-4 seconds. They scored, and now I'm headed to the bench for the rest of the game.
Well, way to go. That's our fourth liner, Matt Sunday.
Woo!
He doesn't do a lot of radio stuff. This is the first time I've actually done the In the Box segment with you. So
yeah, the two of us, man. We're trying to figure out who should quarterback. We're like, do you want to be Phil Kessel? Should I be Phil Kessel?
I want to be Chris Letang. I want to be the guy on the point because I like to think I'm that kind of guy.
But see, DK and I were talking about this the other day. Is that the quarterback of the Penguins power play, or is it Phil Kessel on the wing?
It is actually Phil Kessel. It does run through the half wall with Mr. Kessel there. Obviously, he's having quite the season. But he said something kind of interesting the other day. And he confirmed what I told DK, because I think we've been going back and forth. Who is the Penguins MVP? And it looks like Evgeni Malkin has become that guy, if not the league's MVP.
Yeah, of course he is, right? I mean, if you've watched any game this season, he's been not all that dissimilar from last year at the times where Sidney Crosby went through some spurts of not scoring as hot as he did the entire year. But he when he's not injured, he can carry the team. He can carry the team as far as they want to go. We've seen it in the regular season. We've seen it in the playoffs.
No, I think we all agree that Sidney Crosby is the best player of his generation, a great talent. But Evgeni Malkin, when he is on his game, just maybe because of his sheer size and maybe his will, he has an ability to dominate a game like nobody.
Yeah, he's got that Russian fire in him, right? He's that whether he's OAR or a Russian superstar, whatever he is. I mean, the guy, when he gets a little bit fired up, he comes back into his own zone. He picks up the puck wherever it is. He beats a guy in the zone. He gets into the neutral zone, and he creates attacking space for him and his teammates, and he's pretty much unstoppable when he wants to be.
Yeah, I think this is the best version of Malkin. I know everyone's talking about I think it was 2011-12, his MVP season. This is the best I've seen him maybe since 2009 when the Penguins won the first Stanley Cup, obviously a few years going back now.
Yeah, I tend to agree, and it's not just offensively. When you look back at his early career, there were some Selke-like traits, just hustling back, causing turnovers, really a lot of solo exits out of the zone, just creating time and space for his teammates. And I think that is what he's doing more of this season, and just allowing everybody else to play the game around him, and he can kind of just pick up the slack and say, hey, I'm going to skate up ice. If you guys want to go find a spot to set up, and I'll hit you with the pass, or maybe I'll shoot and score.
And I think the one thing also that I would say about this year's version of Evgeni Malkin, and it has something to do with his line mates, I think he's really found something with Carl Hagelin, certainly, because I think, like a lot of people, Carl Hagelin's career looked like it may have been over there for a little while. People were criticizing him for the contract and the lack of production. Now you put him with Evgeni Malkin, and he's looking like like the HBK day, those kind of days, from 2016 or 2015-16, and obviously with Patrick Hornquist, you got the two Swedes and the Russian. It looks like they found something there.
Well, it's like when Malcolm was trying to find his space with Phil Kessel, when they were trying to create together, a lot of the criticism was that as good as Phil Kessel is in straight line speed situations, he likes to possess the puck, and so does Evgeni Malkin, horizontally, and allowing them to buy, as I said before, time and space for their line mates and teammates. What Carl Hagelin does a great job of is not needing the puck. And when Evgeni Malkin possesses the puck and Carl Hagelin can dart into the zone, or they can chip a puck into the corner and he can retrieve it, and they can possess the puck and work from there.
Now, we haven't talked about this, but obviously Mike Sullivan likes having the balanced lines. Obviously the addition of Derick Brassard allows him to do some different things. Do you like the way the Penguins lines are currently constructed, with, at center at least, with Crosby, Malkin, Brassard, Sheahan?
Here's the only reason that I don't right now, and it's because Sheahan, like anybody else who's played with Brassard so far, hasn't quite found the chemistry with Brassard. And I don't think it's a knock on Sheahan playing wing instead of center. I think it's more just that they're struggling to find that chemistry. Brassard is new to the team, obviously, and Kessel and Sheahan, they had something going and they had something working, but Brassard has to be the third line guy, so they have to continue to work it like that. But Sheahan, might need some time in the middle of those guys. Maybe bump Brassard out every once in a while.
Well, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Derick Brassard. Obviously, he's been the biggest trade acquisition for the Penguins at the deadline. No offense to Josh Jors, now departed, but we'll talk a little bit about Derick Brassard when we come back.
It's time to cash in on non-stop sports action with MyBookie.ag. They have in-game live betting on nearly every sporting event, plus MyBookie.ag will match your deposit with a bonus up to 100%. With decades of expertise and no-hassle payouts, you'll experience the greatest customer service in the business, guaranteed. Use promo code DKRadio to activate your bonus of up to 100%. Call 844-900-BETS or visit MyBookie.ag to open an account. Sign up today.
Miller Lite is the original light beer, and we'll always brew it to have more taste, with only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs. Because we believe that if you compromise on taste, you can taste the compromise. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis, 12 fluid ounces. Less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
What I want from my public accounting firm is big ideas.
But I don't want to lose the personal attention.
My company needs global capabilities.
From a firm with local ownership.
And I want to work with industry experts.
Who take the time to understand my unique challenges. And that's what sets Schneider Downs apart. Expertise for the most complex business issues. With the service you need every day. To learn how our big thinking with a personal focus can help your company, visit SchneiderDowns.com.
If you're one of the thousands of Western Pennsylvanians who love to get outdoors, then you need to check out this amazing new website, stepoutside.org. Hi, I'm Dan Kovacevic of DK Sports Radio. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh. I know about the outdoor life that's available to all of us in Western Pennsylvania. Learn where, when, and how you can go camping, hiking, hunting, take part in power sports, shooting sports, water sports in your local community, across our region, across the country at stepoutside.org.
In Pittsburgh, we bleed black and gold and love our city. Born in Pittsburgh and now celebrating 130 years in business, Henny Jewelers is proud to be your premier jewelry store. Whether it's choosing that watch you've always wanted or you're searching for the ring that was made for her, trust Henny Jewelers. Visit our store on Walnut Street in Shadyside to see our extensive inventory of designer engagement rings, watches, and one-of-a-kind jewelry. For more, go to hennyjewelers.com and follow on social.
Embarrassed by that stained carpet in your office? Tired of looking at your dull, dirty floor? My Floor Needs is here to fix that. With years of experience and 24/7 service, My Floor Needs offers stripping and waxing, carpet, tile, grout, and concrete cleaning, as well as polishing and buffing services. Call 888-67-MY-FLOOR or email info@myfloorneeds.com for a free estimate and get your floors looking like new again. Whatever your floor needs, call 888-67-MY-FLOOR.
Does your company ever miss its sales goals or struggle getting new business?
Is it tough to hire or to give reps the right tools?
Hi, I'm Dan, and I started Engaged Prospect right here in Pittsburgh to help companies like yours.
And I'm Sam. We're helping companies hit sales goals and grow their businesses.
Think of us as your inside sales team.
Our clients are experts in their fields. We're experts in inside sales.
Give us a call today at 412-715-5151.
Or visit us online at engagedprospect.com/DK.
It's been 50 years since the Summer of Love, but if you're not performing as well as you'd like, check out NEDforless.com. I'm Eric Cushy of Curtis Pharmacy. Don't pay premium prices for the little blue pill. So Denafil, the same active ingredient as in Viagra, costs 80% less. NEDforless.com. All we need is your physician's name. We do the rest. Free shipping, too. NDDforless.com. Curtis Pharmacy, Western PA's Better Way Pharmacy. CurtisPharmacy.com.
Hello and welcome back to In the Box with Chris Bradford alongside Matt Sunday here in the box at the High Marks Studios, talking about the Penguins, and we're talking more specifically about Derick Brassard. Obviously, the biggest trade acquisition for Jim Rutherford at the deadline. They bring in Mr. Brassard. The Penguins deal Ian Cole and Ryan Reeves to do so, along with Philip Gustafsson, a highly touted goaltending prospect. And I don't think anyone has lit up my timeline quite like Derick Brassard. And negatively, I don't know if that's even fair for a guy who's only played, 8 or 9 games for the Penguins.
Look, the guy is not Alexei Ponikarovsky, all right? He's going to produce for the Penguins. It might not be until the playoffs, but it's going to happen. He's a talented guy, totally different system. We heard from him in New York talking about how, he's just not quite used to moving his feet all the time quite yet. And just, he's been around the league for a little bit. Give him a chance. He's playing with one of the best players in the league right now.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, and that's kind of the voice of sanity and reason in this. I mean, you see the guy out there. You can see, maybe some of the plays haven't worked for him yet, but the fact that he's trying them, that they're in the arsenal, that leads me to believe, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Obviously, we've seen him play, for the Columbus and then New York, obviously, and then last spring with the Ottawa Senators. This is a guy who just elevates his game in the spring, and I think, however this Brassard trade goes down, it's always going to be judged by what he does in the spring.
The reason that that he's going to elevate and work hard is because every time he does something that kind of sparks that satisfaction inside of him, he looks like a jack-o'-lantern that's just carved with a smile, maybe more Joker-like, just constantly great. I mean, he's in the corner, he's working, all of a sudden the Penguins score, and he's celebrating like they just won the Cup.
That's what you want to see, and I think he does give the Penguins their best chance at that. We've talked about Ryan Reeves, and you will not find two bigger fans of Mr. Ryan Reeves.
He would also at times be in the box with us.
Yes, we would love to have him. He's actually out in Las Vegas, and he's actually playing some minutes for them. That was kind of surprising. I saw, looking at his time on ice game by game, he's gone over 10 minutes a few times for Vegas.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if Vegas wanted to bring somebody in like that, they were clearly going to give him a shot to play. He wasn't just going to kind of sit on the wings like he did here in Pittsburgh. The biggest criticism that we had of his use here was that he was never offered the freedom to just go play hockey, and he had to be something different in Pittsburgh. I still think that if the guy is given a chance to play hockey in the right system, that he can still produce in this NHL. I don't think he's, an old-time hockey player. He has straight-line speed. He can get to the net. He can grind guys down when he needs to.
Well, we certainly miss Ryan Reeves out in Vegas. And speaking of Vegas, I think we got to talk a little bit about another former Penguin.
Yeah, Mr. 400, yeah?
Yes, Mr. 400. Marc-Andre Fleury gets to the 400 career win mark. Let's talk a little bit about his legacy in the game itself, not just here in Pittsburgh. I mean, because 400 wins is a very nice mark for a goaltender. And, of course, there's going to be questions. Is he a Hall of Famer? I'll let you go first.
My entire reasoning for him being a Hall of Famer has nothing to do with, how big of a factor he was in the Penguins' Stanley Cup wins. Obviously, the first one was on his back. The last one doesn't happen without him being involved. He has to win those first two series for the Penguins. And without him, I don't think that they get past the Capitals. Now, his true legacy to me, as being somebody who's lived in Pittsburgh my entire life, is watching him as a kid come in as that just top pick, coming in and just embracing the role of needing to steal and win games for this franchise.
Yeah, it's interesting with Fleury, and he's obviously an elite goaltender, but at any point in his career, would you say he was in the top, say, 3? Because when you think about Hall of Fame, usually the conversation goes, was he the best player at his position, for a decade or for his generation? I don't think you could ever say that about Fleury, but I think he was defined by winning more so than just stats.
Yeah, but talk about, too, like, who some of the goaltenders were out there as competition. I mean, even just in Canada, the reasons that he wasn't a part of the Olympic teams, you're talking about, guys like Martin Brodeur and Roberto Luongo in his prime. I mean, not that the guy's playing poorly now, he's having a good season, but, he always had Canadian competition, and that's about as good as it's going to get for goaltending.
Well, here he sits now at 400 wins. Now, he's got 12 guys still ahead of him, but, he's probably going to get, 100 more wins, you would think, maybe in his career?
Yeah, I mean, if Vegas continues to Vegas.
That's one way to put it. But, yeah, if just say he gets to 500 wins, that would put him at third all-time. That would leave only Martin Brodeur with 631 and Patrick Waugh 551 ahead of him. I mean, at that point, you have to be in the Hall of Fame.
And how many times did Marty Brodeur have to win games with Rico Fata in front of him?
Forgot about Rico Fata. Well, Matt, I think we've run out of time here.
That's it? We're just going to end on Rico Fata? You're going to let me drop his name and then we're out?
I think Rico Fata is the perfect ending. And with that, we'll say bid adieu.
Adieu.
Well, that'll do it for us, and we'll see you next time in the box.